Hello and welcome to another WM brand bootleg minifigures review. All of these were sold as individual ones, but I've grouped them together because they're all TV show and TV cartoon characters. And this Mr. Inkcredable guy here, because I have nowhere else to put him because he doesn't fit in any categories. So here he is, along with these other TV characters. So we have, well, him, who's a copy from the minifigure.com stuff, and all of these, I think, are all copied from minifigure.com. Sad to be them. We have Voltron here, and we have here, which quick Google search is supposed to be something called, from a manga / anime called Plawres Sanshiro. So he's like a little wrestling robot that battles other wrestling robots. We have original Doctor Who, latest, not the latest anymore, latest the woman Doctor Who now, but the latest Doctor Who, as of when these were released. We have the Prison Break main character, who's got all the tattoos on him that hides amazing information. Somehow they stretched that to like 5 seasons. And we have HeMan there with a big sword. HeMan's on a big axe, and he's got that little piece there to plug the axe to his back. Another brand called KOPF, which has been around for a while, but they seem to have improved a lot and are doing similar things as Pogo and WM brand here. And are also releasing individual figures, but they're also releasing a lot more sets. And in some of the sets, they have also released a He-Man. I don't have that, but I do have their Skeletor. And after those came out, a little while after that, they released a few more figures that are all He-Man related. So I guess I'll get that set, but as long as I have Skeletor, I'll probably do that in the KOPF figures that all relate to TV shows and whatnot. So yeah, these are a bunch of figures that are all released on their own. Notice that some of them don't have minifigure stands. I don't know if the seller removed them from the figure or not, but I didn't get any stands with some of these figures. Once again, the minifigures plates or stands from this set all have a very nice clutch and not that much runoff from the plastic, so there's don't need to worry too much about sharp bits or whatnot. The accessory for He-Man is a buildable axe, just like regular Lego pieces, and the sword is something I think you would get from Nixel Knights, maybe? And instead of a sonic screwdriver, they've given us a chromed up lightsaber hilt that's got a goldish colored plastic underneath. And on the other end you can plug in a green stud, and that stud's never coming off because the chrome effect has made the plastic thicker. It was a bit tight to begin with, and I'm fine with that piece not coming off ever. And Doctor Who here has that fantastic material as the jacket, but it's double layer because inside's red, outside's blue, so the double layer actually makes it quite durable, so it's actually a pretty nice coat / jacket thing for him to have. Not even the official one has that, I think. So that's pretty cool. Although he does have the wrong hair piece and his face is a little bit too small. The plastic quality on all these figures are also pretty good, and it's fun to mess around and play around with them. I have doubles of the Prison Break guy and the Plawres Sanshiro guy. Right, well about that. And comparing them to each other, the print job is pretty consistent. I mean, yeah, not exactly aligned perfectly, but unless you have something else to look at, you won't really notice any difference. The print quality, they're all sort of 90% good. So you've got that 10% margin where maybe the ink is a little bit off center, but it's really hard to notice. And if you get a bunch of these, you shouldn't be. I don't think you'll get one that's just like straight off center. That I've not seen that with any of the WM stuff yet. So yeah, print job on all these are pretty good. Clutch and stuff on all of these are also pretty consistent. Just take a closer look at some of these guys, and they all have arm printing, and surprisingly the hair on this guy's also doesn't fall off. It fits on pretty well. So usually bootlegs, these pieces are trouble pieces, or they will have a rubbery soft piece to mold it in, and they fall off very easily as well. So he's got all the tattoos just like the official one, and the details are pretty sharp. So yeah, this is a very good copy if you want to pay huge amounts of money for the official one from minifigures.com that uses official Lego pieces. Arm printing, back printing are pretty good. Back leg printing all the way around, and even have torso side print, just for some lining and details there. So that's good as well. Same for Voltron. He also has all those prints. Now, yeah, he doesn't quite look like Voltron because let's be honest here, the shape of him doesn't fit the minifigure, shape. And KOPF brand, which is another relatively new brand, but they've been around a bit longer, have released all the Voltron, and including all the pilot minifigures. So if you want the pilot minifigures, you can go and get them now from KOPF. I did get a set, but the pink pilot is missing her arms from the baggie, which is annoying, so I need to get a replacement, which the seller has agreed to replace, but he will put it in my next order, so it's going to be a while. Doctor Who's there, he's got, his print goes all the way down with his scarf thing going on, and he has a little bit of detail on his arms, which is not really necessary, but it's a nice touch, and they printed the back of his pants for reasons. Again, it's nice, but not necessary. And let's see, the back of it also has the extra bit of the scarf that goes around the back of his neck, so that's nice. It's a nicely done figure. Capelli Doctor here, his hair is quite tight on the head, and that's not cool, but he has no back print on the head, so there's not really too much reason to remove the hairpiece. He also has no print details on the arms or the back of him, because for them, they expect you to just put this coat piece, jacket piece on him, and that'd be that. Which is actually a little bit distracting, because they copied the official minifigure, which has his jacket flapping around, so you already get the red in there, and yet he still has an extra jacket on top. That's weird, I think. And we have Tattoo Guy here. Look, there's a map on my back somewhere that only I can read, or something. Transitions into tanks and pipes and stuff. That was a thing. And here's a look at his arms and all the details. They even printed some back pockets for him just around the stud holes. That's fun, I guess. And more side details there, so that's pretty cool. How accurate this is, I don't know. Can I actually see a map in it? No. We have HeMan, and he's got the muscular arms and back there. Those arms might be useful. I'm thinking of like custom Duke Nukem figures. Yeah, he looks pretty good. He has no secondary face, but for what you get here, it's a pretty nicely done figure. So all in all, these are pretty good figures. Oh yeah, a good bunch of figures. Now, my favorite a lot would be HeMan, because even though I haven't watched HeMan, he's so, known in pop culture that I feel like I kind of seen HeMan even though I've not seen HeMan. If that makes sense. I've seen clips. But anyway, he's my favorite character of the bunch. Just the detailing and the overall shape and design of his prints and stuff are pretty cool. And I'll keep the old Doctor for my brother there, since he's a Doctor Who fan and he has the official stuff. But well, since Lego ain't gonna release this guy, well, you can get him in the video game, but yeah, the physical version I'll probably leave that for my brother. Voltron I've heard of, but the other robot I have no idea what it is. I had to Google to just know what his English name was. And these two tattoo bodies, yeah, they're quite detailed and stuff, but they don't really do much for me. If you're a big fan of Prison Break, then you'd be really happy to get this. And it's not like the faces that define anything. You can't just put this on a Captain Cold body and say, hey, that's Captain Cold, because no, it doesn't really look like him. There's no features on him that looks like him. So, and finally, the arm prints on all of these is not as good as the flat surface areas like the torso prints or the front face prints, but they're okay. There's more tendency on the arms for the print to be slightly off-centered, but none of these are so bad that they look ugly. You can just sort of notice it's not quite aligned perfectly, but if you get like maybe 2 of these figures, if you're really that bothered, just buy like 2 or 3, and then you'll definitely get one that's perfectly aligned if you're getting these online, because you can't see them in the shops or whatnot. And yeah, pretty cool. Subscribe, suggestion, comment below, and of course take care and have a nice day. Bye bye.